up YouTube? Matt here, Hollywood's Garage. Got another one on the Escalade. This one's been asked about so many times because I did a light up front badge on this Escalade. Link in the bio or whatever, down in the description of that. It's 2018 Escalade, 15 to 20 I think are the same, but we got ourselves a light up rear badge to install. Here it is, matches the front, black, the white lettering, but this one has a red surround, so hit the brakes, it goes red, and then obviously white when your taillights are on at nighttime. So let's try to just get to it, right? First thing you gotta do is get the old one off. That's just double-sided tape on. So I like to use a heat gun and just plastic pry tools for trim. We'll pop that off. And after that, we gotta open the tailgate and get underneath, remove a bunch of plastic trim, and then we gotta set it in place, get it wired in. It's a bit of a job, not huge, anyone can do it, just it might take you an hour or so. It's my first time doing it, but yeah, let's just kind of get to it. Let's get that off with some heat gun action. There we go, just gotta get the old stuff off. The heat gun gets real hot. As you guys can see, it was pretty dirty. We got to get this all cleaned off for the new one to be double-sided taped on, so we'll just clean it off, and then we'll get some brake clean and a rubber eraser and get rid of whatever's residues left over. There we go. Got 99% of it off. It'll stick a lot better than that factory one did. As you guys saw, only the outside was kind of stuck and the rest was just collecting dirt. But anywho, let's get this hatch open. We're gonna have to open the back window as well to get the two plastic push pins. Start ripping plastic off. Just gotta be careful. Whew, she's warm in here. Okay, first thing you gotta do is get this trim off, which will be the upper piece. This is my dash cam, so don't worry about that, but this should just pry. Use those plastic tools that I had. And get underneath here, start prying. You might be able to get your fingers back there, but might be a two-handed job. I don't want to break no push pins or nothing. So let me get this off and then we'll get to this big piece. I was able to pop it off, just kind of grab, and you got to pull. You can see someone else has been in here for whatever reason, but when you go to pop it off, these red things will probably pop off of this and stay in the vehicle. So get yourself the pry tool, super handy. Pop them out, put it back in. You're only going one way, so nothing broke that way. They're not the stupid Christmas tree things, but these are in there real well. So just don't do this, just don't do it on a cold day. Plastics do not like manipulating when it's a cold day. Okay, so now we got to get to the big boy. Big boy should be about the same, but we got to open the glass up because there's two little plastic push pins we have to pull out to kind of lock. It's kind of like a J-hook in the style. So we'll have to close the tailgate and open up the glass, make it the easiest, I guess. I just unplugged my camera for now. This will have to come off as well, as you got to get to the wiring harness to get it through this loom here. But I'm kind of jumping the gun there, but just if you wanted to, take that off now. Okay, with the glass open, these are the two pins I'm talking about. Remove those, put those in a safe location because they're real small. That one is already kind of out, so let's see if we can get this one out. I mean, a little flathead screwdriver would probably work your best for this. With the two pins popped out, pop this little guy off, flathead screwdriver, pops right off, the cover's right down there. Grab yourself a T30, kind of a special tool, but kind of not. Most universal tool kits will have a couple of these sizes. It's a pretty common size. If not, you can get yourself a little Allen key set. You know, those ones that have like 12 on one, you just swing one out when you need it. Kind of like a fits in your pocket. Anyway, make a little pile here of what your little doodads. Then after that, everything should probably separate too. Pop that off. It should just be like the rest of it. Have those red tabs. Just slowly start prying it down. This will be separate. So this one, you're gonna want to get a flat screwdriver underneath there. There's lots of videos on removing this back plastic piece stuff, guys. So if I'm not showing you how you like to be shown, go ahead. You'll find I said a lot of good videos on it, but why is that so sticky? Ugh. Took a bunch of goo gash. Look at that, it's all gross. Anywho, we bought this used, so who knows? Anyway, unplug that, put this aside. Welcome, upside down. We ended up getting that off without actually losing any red tabs or breaking anything, so that's swell. I don't know why that was all sticky right here. Yeah, weird. Maybe the back window is open for something and got some schmoo in it. Anywho, next, see all those bolts? There's that chrome strip across. Gotta take all those out so you can pry that piece of trim up. So you can pry that chrome strip up to get the wire in and then feed back. So you can get the wire in through, there's a hole, I think it's somewhere here, to find it. Oh, is it back there? Our grommet maybe back there? I don't know. I'll bring you back though when I find exactly, so you know what you're looking for with the light system, because you can't see nothing. Maybe I gotta take this off. Looks like that's just 2 bolts and that'll be out of the way. So yeah, with that plastic piece out, the same screwdriver used for the back plug over here, pull it out of the way. See that grommet right there at the end of my finger is? You're gonna popping that out and that's your wires you're gonna feed through. So there's no drilling of holes. But first of all, I think those are 8 mils, maybe even 10. Get all those. You can probably do it as an extension. Get them all taken out and don't lose those nuts. Get yourself a pile going. So with that plug removed, you can see there's a little hole just at the end of my thumb there. It actually fell down in no man's land, but a little plug that you can unplug from the back, like I said, I'll show you where. Right there, you see the hole, the light, that's where your wire's gonna feed through. Super convenient. Needle nose pliers, able to pop it out, other side, flathead screwdriver, slides back, so it just slides out of the keeper. There's no break or nothing, and it fell down the hole. She gone. But anyway, you can keep that for later if you want. You're not gonna need it. So let's get that wire fed through, and we could probably double-side tape stick it so that way it doesn't move around. And then we'll get to the wire. Okay, let's see if I can show this. So the wire is off to the side, right, on this. Of course they don't put it in the center, because why would they? So there was that hole where the alignment pin was on the old badge. You gotta feed it through there, snake it, J-hook it underneath. I don't know if you can see the wire, and then through that center hole, like I said. Kind of a two-handed process, but anyway, you feed it through, there it is. The wire's not bound or nothing, like there's no binding it or nothing. It fits perfectly, to be honest, when you end up loosening up that trim. So I'll go ahead and tighten those back up now so we don't lose those nuts. And yes, the extension perfectly for these holes. It was super easy, 10 mil. Don't over tighten those, but get that tightened up so you don't forget. Already obviously double-sided tape stuck the emblem on, so she's there permanent for now. And we'll get to wiring. While we're at it, let's change our license plate lights to white. Ew, way better. Because I'm gonna take the power from the license plate light right here, this wire right here. I already tested it. The green one is the live one. The black one's obviously ground. We'll take power for that for the lights are on. And then brake light will have to go all the way into here, down into here. And find a wire in there. Or up in here, because you have that third brake light up in here, right? So you gotta find it. But anyway, let's worry about that after we run this. So I'll get this other one popped out. As you can see, you just squeeze that, it pops out like this. They make it super simple. It pops out, and you can change your LED bulb at the same time. Just a wedge bulb type, like a typical wedge bulb, I guess. T10, I think they call them. Anyway, that'll be hot now because I have the lights on for a while. So just be careful. Pop that out and slide the new one in. Keep your power on, because sometimes these bulbs are like, they're only going one way when they light up and not a double polarity, I guess you want to call it. So just keep that in mind. I got them both changed. I have them off now, but we're gonna have to cut this wire all the way back. We don't need all this. We only need one wire going to the brake light, and 2 of these end up at the license plate lights. It tells the instructions right here. The black wire connects to ground, the red wire connects to tail light positive, and then the white/green wire connects to the high brake cable. So obviously the high brake cable, they're calling it, is when you hit the brakes, it turns red. So right now we're worried about the red wire and the black wire, which actually they have green is their high brake cable. So we need these two. They come with these pins. Oh. So obviously it says green too, but yeah, you're right. There's green. So these two are the ones we need, red and black. We're gonna unsheath this whole thing to where we can shorten it and use it and just splice into this wire or this wire, doesn't matter, they're both the same. This one's right here. We're using these. I'm not too worried about weather pack safe per se, because it's pretty sealed in there, so we'll get two of these out. So we have learned a valuable lesson with Chinese stuff. Don't trust their instructions. Black is black. But they say red to tail light positive. Green wire connects to high brake cable. Just check it first with the Milwaukee battery. So now you're gonna have a little bit of a junction. I ended up when going with this heat shrunk butt connector stuff, but now I'm gonna have to put one there. And it's actually green you want to connect. So green, green, black, black, just FYI. When you do going off your tail light or your license plate light. And then your red's gonna go to your brake light. And that makes more sense, right? Makes way more sense. Anyway, let me fix this up. We'll get another butt connector on there, heat shrink it on. And then we'll do the other one and then we'll extend it and we'll do the brake light. We got to kind of just softly zip tie it around. It's a little short because you want to come back in here, unclip this. You can see there's 4 little tabs. Push your finger, it'll come out. Push, pull this right here. This will pop off. But you're gonna have to fish the wire through. And I have some extra wire to lengthen it. So I ended up putting a long zip tie through it, taping to it as a fish stick per se. And I'm gonna pull, and then I'm gonna pull this wire up, splice in the connection. Ended up reusing the red wire when I connected it back up here. So we are good to go that way. And what you do is go down that hole, comes up through here, and then this is your third brake light here. You can unplug it or plug it, whatever. But the purple wire is the one you want to tie into for the brake light positive. So we'll get this fed through, and then we'll end up splicing into that purple one. Well, there we go. She's wired in, not cleaned up yet though, but just wanted to show you. That's what it looks like when the lights are on both the running lights and the brake light. This tape that they use, this fabric crap, it's bullshit. It sucks. Side cutter's your best friend, but I ended up using butt connectors that extend the wire like I said, using my little fishing tape method. So now it's just put everything back together, finish up my zip ties. This tape, it's good stuff, but it sucks to get into. But hey, it is what it is. Better than having crappy stuff. So let me, I have the brake depressed, by the way. That's why it's beeping and all that. And that's why the brake lights are on. Anyway, let me just go get that all back together. And we'll just slowly start clipping this back together. Like I said, this just clips in. Just like that. It's super simple. Just like that, you push it in. And it goes back in place. Well, this might be a two-hander. Yeah. You can kind of see it wedges. Oh yeah, like that. There we go. There, that's back. Just like that. Don't forget to put this piece back in. I already have the back cover on and boom. Anyway, just FYI, that little sucker. Okay, there we have it. This piece is buttoned back up. Seatbelt through for future use. This is my backup camera. That's all wired in. That looks all good. Got this piece back on. We have this major piece back on with the 2 push pins. Open the glass to put those back in. We got that back in. It does work. And this back in. Broke one little clip taking that off, so we'll find a junkyard to get a new one of those. It's double-sided tape for now. Kind of holding. But yeah, I'll show you the end result. I'll set you up here. There you have it. Let's do a command start and see if the sequence is on. And there you have it. There you go. There's an install on the back tailgate light up emblem. I'll have the link in the description on the one I got. It's not the same brand as my front one, because the front one brand didn't do the light up when you press the brakes, and you know, it's some little extra, but it matches. It's still black with the white, has the same sequence. it that way. So yeah, I'll put that in the description too, as well as the video link for installing that one in case you're just new or just seen the video on the rear one. But thanks for following, guys. The biggest tips and tricks on this one is just take your time with that tape. Have some of those butt connectors, weatherproof ones if you can, not a big deal. You're kind of sealed there, but it's kind of the biggest things. Just take your time, don't rush it. Plastics break and brittle. I broke a couple off that little tab there, but that's a cheap piece, I'd imagine, from Chevy, because they're all the same inside pieces there, right? I'm sure the Tahoe and the Yukon have that same fascia black piece, so find a junkyard. It'd be like $5. Anyway, thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.